we're going to look at Hobnail Blues. This is one of the pieces from the Grade 4 Syllabus, Trinity Rock and Pop's Acoustic Guitar Syllabus. And the first 4 bars sound something like this. And we're going to break that down to start with. Okay, now it's a fingerstyle piece. It's a little bit swung. We're going to start with our 3rd finger or ring finger on the 9th fret of the B string. And we're going to play 2 notes at the same time. We're going to play the low E string with the thumb, and I'm using my 1st finger for the B string at the 9th fret. So we get that. Now after that, we're going to play the 7th fret of the high E. So we're going to go on its own, we're going to go, and we get that 7th fret note with the 2nd finger. It's kind of the top of an E major chord. So thumb and 1st finger, and then the 2nd finger for the 7. And then after that it's really easy. It's 3 more attacks of the low E string. So the bass line in that bar is just going E, 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 E. And we get this little melody at the start. You might want to do a few of them, get used to spacing your digits out across the strings. Then the chord changes to an A7 and we come down to the kind of open position, and now the thumb's going to play 4 times on the A string in this bar, and the melody goes, so the melody goes 3 on the high E, 0, and with the bass it's, so the first thing in that bar 2 is thumb on the low E, thumb on the A string, 2nd finger on the high E string, so on 3rd fret with the fretting hand, and then after the 3 you do a 0. I get that with my 2nd finger, 1st finger's fine. So the 2nd bar, so far the bass has gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the A string, 2nd bar, and the E string was in the 1st bar for 4 times. And the melody's just gone. And we stick them together, we get. Then we get this little turnaround where we go. The bass is really easy. The thumb's just doing the low E string in quarter notes or crotchets for 2 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The melody's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 in terms of rhythm, and it's the 4th fret on the G string with the 3rd finger. In fact, no, let's tidy this up. 4th fret on the G string with the 2nd finger if you can, and the 4th fret on the high E string with the 3rd finger. They're a major 6th apart. I always think of Frank Sinatra in My Way. I know the end is near. Space between the notes. So we stay on the G and the E in a straight line, and we go 4, 3, 2, and then when it comes to 1, it's 0 on the high E, 1 on the G. So it's 4 on both, 3 on both, 2 on both, 1 on the G, 0 on the E. That's our melody. With the bass we get now 2 and 3 is fine for the kind of G and E string notes. 3 and 4 is cool too. I would pick up the 1 with the 1st finger. Now the thumb is going to take care of the low E string notes. I've got my 1st finger on G and my 2nd finger on the high E. So I go. Once more. Let's hear the first 4 bars together. If it's a bit clumsy and just piecing together, don't worry, go back to the start and kind of make sure you can solidify and really polish up bars 1 to 4. So we get first 4 bars. Nothing too extraordinary in the next 4 bars. 5 to 8 we get that's bars 5 and 6. So bar 5 starts with the second fret on the B string with the first finger I'm going with, and at the same time as that we play the A string with the thumb. I'm using my first finger for the B string now. They're simultaneous, and the melody note on top of that second fret of the B is the open high E. And then, still going in crotchets or quarter notes with the thumb. So the melody's going, and the bass is going. That's what we've got going on. Then we add on the second or third finger onto the third fret of the high E, whichever you feel most comfortable with. So the notes we need on the B and E string are second fret of the B string, third fret of the E string, and keep your first finger at the second fret, and it's up to you whether you do the second finger for the third fret on the high E or your third finger. Bar 6 is, so bar 5 and 6 together. Now you'll recognise bar 7 because it's the same as bar 3, it's this thing again. Slightly different ending. So it's the thing where we've got 4 on the G, 4 on the high E with a 0 on the E. Thumb 1 and 2 get in them. 3, 2, first fret on the G, 0 on the high E, that thing. Then we play the open E in bar 8 and then second fret on the A, third fret on the A. Let me show you bar 8 on its own. So we get 1, get that going on. The melody lasts for a minute, those 2 notes. The bass is going 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 0, 0 on the low E, 2 on the A, 3 on the E. So we get. Then into bar 9, we come up and we play a C sharp minor. Now you could, if you know how to do this as a bar chord, take your first finger across the 4th fret of every string except the low E, so the top 5, and then you build an A minor shape. So second finger goes on the 5th fret of the B string, third finger on the 6th fret of the D, pinky on the 6th fret of the G. That's the C sharp minor. Sounds great against the E that we're in. That's kind of your kind of colder. I'd be kind of favouring that bar chord approach. If you've not got to playing bar chords yet though, you can go first finger on the 4th fret of the A, second finger on the 4th fret of the high E, third finger on the 5th fret of the B. So now we're going to pluck, depending how you're doing it. It doesn't really matter how you do it. You're going to extract full on the A string, first finger to pluck the B string, which has got a 5, and the second finger for the top string. So we get. Now the thumb is going to keep playing quarter notes or crotchets. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, like that, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4 with the thumb. The melody is a slightly different rhythm now. It's 1, 2, 3. So it's 1, 2, rest and. So you play it for a minute and then you rest for a quaver and you come in on the and of beat 3. 1, 2, 3 and. With the bass note, we get that going on. Now, then we come down to a D major chord. Now, if you find it really easy just to play D as second fret G, second fret high E, third fret B, fill your boots, because you're going to go thumb on the D string, first finger on the B string, because we need the third fret on the B, second finger on the high E for the 2. And again, the thumb is just playing quarter notes. So it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and the melody with the 2 on the high E, 3 on the B is 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sorry, that was wrong. Let me do that again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. With the bass. So we've gone C sharp minor, you might do it as a bar, you might do it like that, and then D, and then it's A7. Now, we don't need to do the open G string sound. We actually want the 2nd fret on the G and the 2nd fret on the high E now, and we're going to go with the thumb on the A. So it's thumb on the A, 1st finger on the G, 2nd finger on the B. And we go with the thumb, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the melody is the same rhythm, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. So it's a minim, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and a quaver rest after the minim, and then we're back in on the and of 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. Whilst the bass goes. That's what we got going on. And we finish with a B. Now, B for bar chords is a bit scary to some people. We don't have to do a bar chord. I'm going to show you it without a bar chord to start with. 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the A string. 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the G. Got an octave there, and our pinky on the 4th fret of the B. Thumb plucks the A string, 1st finger plucks the G string, 2nd finger plucks the B. And that's for a minim. We get 1, 2, 3, 4. And we finish off with 3 on the low E, 2 on the low E. There's a little bass line, so we get 1, 2, 3, 4. If you did kind of have yourself in a position where you can just play bar chords for fun, just do a B major bar chords. So bar across the 2nd fret with the 1st finger, 3rd finger on 4 on the D, 4 on the G, 4 on the B. Or maybe you set them up with that A major shape, moved up to the 4th fret. Essentially all you need is 2 on the A, 4 on the G, 4 on the B, and you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Bars 9 to 12, starting at the 4th fret with that C sharp minor thing. Oh, sorry, boom. Bars 9 to 12, starting with the C sharp minor. And then we're back into it just repeats. There's a repeat mark at the end of bar 12. So page 1 is a 12 bar progression and you play it twice. Then we go on to page 2 and we're picking it up at bar 13, and I want you to notice at bar 13 there is a repeat mark, a start repeat. I want you to read through the chart and you end up at the bottom line in what is effectively bar 24. There is your repeat mark there, your end repeat mark under a B7. I want to talk to you about the structure so then we can just talk about the mechanics of playing it. So page 2, bar 13, all the way through that top line of the page, 2nd line, 3rd line, then 23, 24 for bars, hit the repeat mark, that was your 1st time ending. Above bar 24 there's a 1 with a line over it, and then you get to the repeat mark, that's your 1st time ending. All the way back to the start, play through the 1st line, 2nd line, 3rd line, play bar 23, the 1st bar on the bottom line, but skip the 1st time ending you just played, and go to the 2nd time ending where you've got B7 then E7 to finish. Hope that makes sense. You might need to watch that a couple of times, but I've tried to explain that as clearly as I can. Let's pick it up from bar 30. Okay, we're going to use a D major shape. So D major is 2nd fret of the G with the 1st finger, 2nd fret of the high E with the 2nd finger, and 3rd fret of the B with the 3rd finger. But we want to play an E sound. So to get E, we need to move that shape 2 frets further up the fretboard. So rather than frets 2 and 3, we're going to be at 4 and 5. So it's 4 on the G with the 1st finger, 4 on the E with the 2nd finger, 5 on the B with the 3rd finger. But that's just a D shape moved up. Now we get this little pattern. The root note is just a whole note or semi-breve on the low E string with the thumb, and that happens in sync with the 3rd finger plucking the high E string at the 4th fret. You could do it with your 2nd finger, I like to do it with my 3rd finger. And then the melody goes 1 and 2 and. patterns. So the melody's going 4 on the E, 5 on the B, 4 on the G, all in our shape, and lastly 4 on the E. So you're going 3, 2, 1, 3 in terms of fingers. 3, 2, 1, 3 with the bass. And then we move down and play an A7 shape, which is 2 on the G, 2 on the B, 3 on the E. You might know A7 as 2 on the D, 2 on the B with an open G. Sorry, we're going to play it a little differently. So 2 on the G, 2 on the B, 3 on the E. And we get now, same pattern with these fingers. The thumb's getting the A string now. So we go. Sorry. Always back to the high E. Oh, come on. There we go. And then we go. Bar 15 gives us this. Now it's starting off feeling like it's going to be what bar 13 was, where it went. But we go low E and high E, 4 on the high E, play them at the same time, 5 on the B with the second finger, 4 on the G with the first finger, so we got. And then we play G and E together, high E, both at the 3rd fret, and then 2 and 2 together, G and E. So it gives us this, let me do it slowly. That thing. And then we get. Let's go back to bar 15. So we've got our E shape on, but using the D shape for an E, and we're going to go. And then we can keep 1 and 2 on the G and E, move down to 3, move down to 2. And then we play open E and high E, and then a B. So it's open E and high E together. I'm using my thumb and second finger. B string with the 1st finger. 1st fret on the G with the 1st finger, 2nd fret on the D with the 2nd finger. So bar 16 gives us coming down an E7. Let's do bars 15 and 16 together. We get. There we go. Okay, bar 17. Open A and high E. We get this thing. So it's a similar rhythm we've had before. We have had the rhythm before. It's a variation in terms of the melody. So it's A string with the thumb, 2nd finger with the high E, and we play them together. Then 2nd finger plucks the 2nd fret of the B, 1st finger plucks the 2nd fret of the G. That gives us. And then we've got the 3rd fret of the high E string to finish that phrase off. So it's. That's what we're going for. That's bar 17. And we do it again. So we do it twice in a row for bars 17 and 18. And then we get 4 on the high E, the same time as the low E. Now we've seen this little fragment before. We're going to go. So bar 19 is the same as bar 15. If that doesn't mean anything, if you haven't got the chart yet, I'll try and explain what I mean a bit more clearly. It's the bit where we go, and then we drop down the 1st and 2nd finger from the 4th fret to 3, 2. And then we finish that little phrase, bar 20, with. So it's open E, high E at the same time, and then the B string. And then 2nd fret on the A, fretting it with the 1st finger, plucking it with the thumb here, and then plucking the 3rd fret with the thumb and fretting it with the 2nd finger. That was bar 20 we went. So the bass lasts for a minute there, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the melodies go in just E, B. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we come back, we're into bar 21 now. Do you remember that little thing, C sharp minor? From the first page, that was bar 9 in the first page. It's just the same again, so we get. And then we go to the D7, 3rd fret of the B, 2nd fret of the high E, and we go. So bar 21 and 22 are the same as 9 and 10. And then we get A7, we've seen this before. So bar 23 is the same as bar 11. That little fragment we've seen before from bar 21 to 23 where we get, and then we go down to a D shape, A7. And then we're going to play a B7, which is 2 on the A string, 2nd finger. 1st finger can go on the 1st fret of the D, but we don't need to for this shape because we're not going to pluck it. 3rd finger on the 2nd fret of the G, pinky on the 2nd fret of the high string. We're going to pluck thumb on the A string, 1st finger on the G, 2nd finger on the B, 3rd finger on the high E, simultaneously, and then we're going to go. So we get, it's 1, 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. That was bar 24 where we hit the repeat mark. Now there's a little bit to the 2nd page of this piece. We've got that, and then there. But let's embrace the fact that bar 21, 22 and 23 we've seen before. That was bar 9, 10 and 11 in the previous page. We've got the addition of this B7. But we don't need the 1st finger. Now, bar 24 is where we get the 1st time ending. So we hit the repeat, we go back to bar 13. We play all of this stuff again. We play through 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. But we don't play what's under the 1st time ending again. We skip that and then we go to the 2nd time ending and we're going to get a little B7 thing. We've seen this shape before. This was in bar 12. 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the A. 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the G, pinky on the 4th fret of the high E. Thumb can pluck the A, 1st finger the G, 2nd finger the high E. From that B7 we go to our more traditional B7 shape where we've got 2 on the A, 1 on the D, 2 on the G, 0 on the B, 2 on the high E. And we pluck A string, G string, B string, E string. So we skip over the D, thumb gets the A, 1st finger on the G, 2nd finger on the B, 3rd finger on the E, and we put them together like this. Thumb on the A, 1 and 2 on the G and B, and then we go to a B7 shape. We get that thing. We get this thing, and then so it's 2 beats on that one, and then we can just get that if we want. We don't have to do the B7, get the pinky involved really. And then that way we can toggle around the 1st finger. Keep that on the 2nd fret of the A for the B natural. And we finish with this little voicing for the E7. Open E, 1 on the G, 3 on the B, open E. Cool little voice in that. We get 1 on the G, 3 on the B, open E, nothing going on. That's it. So in terms of structure, page 1 twice because it's in repeats. Then when you come to page 2, with starting at bar 13 with that shape. You've got the 1st time ending, the middle kind of bar or a 2nd bar on the bottom line. Hit the repeat there, back to the start, all the way through. Don't play that 1st time ending, skip and finish with. And then that thing. Now it's quicker than I've been demonstrating it. It's got this kind of a little bit quicker, but get it down, get the basics together, then add the tempo in as you start to feel more familiar. Cool! It's a great piece. Another really good grade 4 acoustic guitar piece by the guys at Trinity Rock and Pop. Enjoy. Any questions, comment away. Give us a subscribe if you'd like to stay in the loop with more videos, and hit like. Thank you very much.